How's it going, everybody? I'm the Weird Vape Guy, and today we're making a staple fuse staggered Clapton coil, which is pretty sweet. And we're going to be reviewing Vapetasia, Milk of the Poppy. It's pretty good too. So let's just get into it. First thing that you're going to want to do is straighten out a piece of 26 gauge and then just place it to the side for right now. Second thing you're going to want to do is get out your ribbon wire. I used 3 strips. Yeah, you can use 2. You can definitely do this whole build with like 4 stacks of ribbon or 6 or 8 or kind of whatever you want to do. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be straightening out the ribbon just by giving it a good tug and then folding it on top of each other. So I did 3 strips and then I folded them. Once you get them folded, the best thing that you can possibly do for this build is the prep work. Take time before you go to like fusing everything together. This is the most consuming part of the entire build. The fusing part really isn't that bad. The prep time is where you want to put in a lot of the work. So what I do is I get my fingers wet, lick my fingers, and I run my fingers down the sides of the ribbon wire, kind of compacting it and getting it, you know, straight, and it all sticks together. And then once you have all of that, I wrap up the one side and the other side with 36 gauge. Once that's one solid piece and it's not wobbling, there's no ribbon wires coming out of the side of it or anything like that, then you're pretty good. Next thing that we're going to do is we're going to take that 26 gauge and we're going to space clapton all the way down. Now I've covered space claptoning in my other videos, so if you don't know what that is, go back to my other videos and I have a whole thing on how to do that. Once you're done with your space clapton, you're going to fold that piece of space clapton over on itself. Now this is my method on how I do this. I'm not really sure how everybody else does this, but this is how I do it. I fold the space clapton and then I stick the ribbon wire strip on in there. So you're going to want that looped end of that ribbon wire to be where that fold is in your clapton wire. And then I get everything lined up straight. I wrap it up with some 36 gauge again, wrap the other end with 36 gauge, and then I call it a day. Like, that's the way that I do it. I'm sure there's other methods out there, but this is what works best for me. And I go a little bit of the extra mile, and after I wrap everything up, I put boy, geez. Paper clips. I put paper clips all the way down, and just to keep everything even, keep everything straight, make sure that ribbon wire isn't twisting. That's going to be like your arch nemesis, is that thing, is the ribbon wire twisting when you're doing this. So I think if you use the paper clips, it helps you out quite a bit. So once you have all that done, take the looped end of your wire and you're going to put it into the swivels, throw the other end with the chuck, wrap your 36 gauge around the end, and we're going to fuse this thing. Now, as I've stated before, when you're fusing something like this, you're probably gonna have to zigzag a little bit. And again, zigzagging is normal. That's totally fine. If you gotta zigzag a bit, that's okay. Just try to make everything look clean, connected. Don't put any gaps in there if you can. If you can't, that's okay. It took me a good while to be able to just to throw one of these together and make it look good like every time. You know, it took a lot of practice. I went through a lot of wire doing this in 2017. It took forever. You know, I've been building coils for about a year now, and this is one of the coils that you really have to take time on. I would say this coil, any ribbon, staggered coils, you know, staple staggered coils is gonna take you time. And alien coils, I think those like the only two that I kind of had somewhat trouble with. Aliens, I got them down in a week, but it you know, it did take a week for me to kind of do it. And this coil took a few months actually, you know, because I always was running out of ribbon wire trying this stuff out, and you gotta wait for like more to come in, blah blah blah. But yeah, so basically, if you start zigzagging, that's totally okay. If you get a few gaps in there, hey, it's still gonna vape amazing. You know, it just might not be Instagram worthy yet, and that's what, you know, my goal is usually when I'm building a coil, is to make it look very clean for Instagram. So once you finish it up, you're gonna wrap this, and the wrapping part is I cannot stress enough how important this is, because one little wrong step and your wire is screwed and you got to do it all over again. This is a very important part. What I do is I just get the 3mm bit with the wire, and I take my pliers, and you want to go like perpendicular straight out from you and then straight back inside like that. And it has to be straight, and you want to pull on it. If this wire goes wonky just a little bit, it's gonna go wonky for the rest of the wire. Now, I will say this, sometimes that first wrap might go wonky, but the rest of them will be okay. And if that's the case, then just go ahead and put 6 wraps in, and then take that first one out to have 5 wraps. I've done that, and it seems to work out okay. But just be very, very careful when you are wrapping anything that is a staple, ribbon, flat wire. You have to be careful with it, because the coil can get damaged super easily. So once it's all wrapped up, I did 5 wraps, 6 plies of ribbon wire, and I mounted it in the Coil in, because right now I don't have a really good single coil RDA. You know, I don't really have a really good one, so I put it in the Coil in.
All of the same.
Okay, so now we're back. I have this mounted in the Coil, and I love the Coil. I'm not a fan of the 6 mil tank, but I'm gonna do a review on this thing and this thing, so you'll hear all about that. Still have it on the Alien T-Priv. It ohms out at 0.16. I'm firing at about 80 watts, and these things are good for single coil. It's not recommended for you to dole these kind of coils up. Okay, so let's give it a vape. It's pretty good. I'm getting some different notes out of this juice. Sorry, I had lunch earlier. It's a quiet coil. You know, there's not a whole lot of spitting to this coil. There's not a whole lot of popping or anything like that. Like when you vape aliens or you vape claptons, you get those pops. Ribbon wire doesn't really do that. And it's a very quiet, clean coil. But it's got plenty of flavor. And I'm just getting like so many different notes out of this. Now, like I was saying, we were vaping Fantasia. That's what it makes me think of, is Fantasia. Vapetasia. Their juice, Milk of the Poppy. Milk of the Poppy. It is passion fruit, strawberry, and milk. I don't know if it's mother's milk or what kind of milk it is, but it's dang good. It's a 3070. I vape 3 milligrams. Yeah, it's just a really tasty vape. It's very milky, I'll say that. Like if you like strawberry milk, but you're tired of vaping strawberry milk, this is pretty good because it's not just strawberry. It's not just milk. It's also passion fruit, which is awesome. So yeah, this is pretty good. Let's give it another taste. Strawberry is very prominent, passion fruit is prominent, and the milk is prominent. They got it right on all fronts. This is a very balanced juice. And I think that's what I really like about it, is you get some of these juices, it says, something, you vape it, and you're like, well, I get this, but I'm not getting this. This juice, you get everything. This is the whole sheding dang, if that's a thing. But it is. It's just everything. You can taste everything. I hope this whole tutorial helps you guys out. I hope this is a coil that you will build and you will enjoy. I hope I made it easier on you for figuring out some of the small problems that come along with this type of coil. And I just hope that you enjoy the vape. And hey, if you like me, then why not hit that subscribe button? I think I have like 9 subscribers right now. I'd like more. That would be cool. And you could also like the video and share it if you're like a really good person, and which I believe that you are. And you're probably handsome too. Not unlike me. But I love you guys. I'm the Weird Vape Guy, and until next time, vape weird.